live!
Yeah.
Episode 15 of Bump That.
Ding, 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 ding. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. No more.
There's a lot of energy today on this week's episode. Most of it coming from Brian.
Tone it down.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Bump That. Thank you for clicking on another episode. Hopefully, you haven't clicked off already. Please don't click off.
It's likely that they have.
That was the last straw. They're gone now. But we've got
so's my last brain cell.
No, it's still hanging on by a thread. We've got a lot to talk about today, and I think before we get into that, hello, how's everybody doing? Everybody,
I'm doing
solid.
good. How are you doing?
Doing good.
Brian,
doing good.
Brian, how in the heck are you doing?
Solid, man. Solid.
That's good. That's good.
That delay. Hey, we finished our floors.
Yay! Floors are
Floors
done.
are-
Well, it's about time. What the heck you guys been doing? Jeez.
Floors.
Listen, that was quite an undertaking. You don't know how filthy your home is until you've just decided to renovate the heck out of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And our home was filthy, but now it is squeaky clean. You can eat off our brand new floors.
Can't wait.
Disgusting.
I'm gonna eat a pie
Yummy.
off of that.
Hey, pie is coming. Pie is coming. More on that later.
Before that, we're gonna hop into some news. Switch Pro rumors are getting even more abundant. Like, okay, when is this thing gonna drop? Because it's literally like on the tip of Nintendo's tongue to just go, here it is.
Give me. I don't even need one, but for the love of God, give it to me. I do want it. And there have been a lot of rumors circulating around the rumors of what kind of hardware it's going to have. What is NVIDIA is supplying right now
do
for
tell.
NVIDIA is supplying right now for the Nintendo Switch at this moment. They give the chips and all that. But they're planning on, allegedly, take this with a grain of salt, allegedly, they're going to be using the NVIDIA Tegra, whatever that means. I guess what that means is we'll be getting 4K 1080p at the very least.
We'll see.
And when you go into handheld mode, you'll be using an OLED screen, which was previously used on, I believe it was the PSP. And on top of that, there are potentially exclusive games. I wanted to get your opinion on that, Ileana. What would you do if Breath of the Wild 2 was an exclusive game for the Switch Pro?
Take my money! Nintendo, take my money!
That's a bad sales move.
It is a horrible bad sales move. But I wouldn't put it past Nintendo to put other AAA games of theirs onto a Pro console of theirs.
My fear is that same thing that happened with Cyberpunk. What was it?
2077?
Yeah, 2077. They offered it on the PlayStation 4, and it was garbage. So I would be afraid that if they made Breath of the Wild 2 and allowed it to be on the old Switch, that it wouldn't run at its best and fullest capacity.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. Potentially exclusive games does not necessarily mean that they are Nintendo exclusives. They could be games that have been ported over from PlayStation. For example, I don't know, maybe it is a Wolfenstein game. Yeah, just because an exclusive game would be coming out on the Nintendo Switch doesn't necessarily mean that it would be a Nintendo game. It could potentially be a game by Xbox, by Microsoft. They acquired Bethesda for some crazy amount, like $7 billion.
Yeesh.
For all of Bethesda's titles, all of the parties that they own, everything Bethesda. But Microsoft has a great reputation with Nintendo, and so you could see these games that are intended for the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 that require a little bit of higher resolution. They have higher graphics. They need that 1080p. Those games could be ported over to the Switch Pro. So it's not exactly a bad thing to have exclusive games, but I don't know, it's just something to think about. But along those lines, what does that spell out for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, where right now they're having problems with shipping their own units, their own consoles. There's a shortage because there's a shortage of parts. And so, I think that's just going to, tick another box in Nintendo Switch's favor. So I'm thinking that this is just going to... Nintendo, the ball is in your court. People want this. You're just going to make oodles of money off of it. Even if it's like, if you sell it for $400, it will sell like hotcakes.
I highly doubt it'll be like true 4K. They'll probably stamp 4K on it, but it won't even be like the real 4K experience that you might get on like a legit 4K plasma TV. Because the same thing happens with some plasma TVs where it's like, oh yeah, 4K images or whatever, and it's like, okay, but it's not really like what legitimate 4K is. So that'll be interesting to see. The 1080p is something that I would like to see, most definitely, because I don't know, those frame rates, they drop so quickly on a Switch, especially in handheld mode. So that's one thing to look out for. But speaking of Nintendo, what was it? Pokemon games just released, and that's pretty awesome. The 25th anniversary is this year for Pokemon, and that has just, spiraled out a whole lot of games to be coming out. We got Pokemon Snap, remakes of Diamond and Pearl, and then an Arceus game. So, is it pronounced Arceus? Arceus?
It is. It's actually Arceus. It's not Arceus. It's Arceus.
Yeah, so, at least Nintendo is giving Pokemon some amazing IPs, and that's, like, awesome.
Man, that Arceus game looks amazing. It literally looks like Breath of the Wild Pokemon Edition.
It's like everybody's trying to hop on that train.
Wait. Oh man, yeah, this open world thing. You know.
Genshin Impact did the same thing, and now Pokemon. And then Diamond and Pearl, people are like, why?
And Diamond and Pearl remakes they've been rumored for years.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very popular game. I actually I've never played it, but I've always wanted to. I actually have always wanted to play Black and White. Not that it matters. But
the true fans are screaming, red and blue, red and blue.
Oh, come on. Okay, I'm one of the Wesley is one of those. He will not touch another Pokemon game. It is red or blue or nothing. Yep. When I got Let's Go Pikachu, he's like,
it's not red or blue.
Technically it is red and blue,
mm-hmm.
but he's like, but it's not.
But it's not. I don't like it. Get it out of here.
Yeah, and so when I saw the hype for Diamond and Pearl remakes, I'm like, oh man, that's awesome. And then you saw the trailer, and it's like, wait,
was this it? Why does it look like that?
And it doesn't look bad. It just looks like it's not great. And
it looks like they copied the Link's Awakening art style. They were like, let's make Pokemon characters shorter and like Play-Doh again. That's what people like these days. Give the people what they want.
And it's not displeasing to look at, but it's definitely not what
was anticipated. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't mind like the Link's Awakening look. I actually think it's kind of cute.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of reminds me of like those 1960s Christmas claymation things, stop motion thing. It kind of reminds me of that. And a lot of people like Link's Awakening and the art style. You kind of get used to it. And so I have a feeling that it'll be the same thing here.
Yeah,
Just get used to the art style.
Yeah, they'll probably eventually get over it. They're like, but I'm playing Diamond and Pearl again. Oh, and it's on the Switch, which is handheld, and also can be docked and played on my TV. So, amazing. But,
and
oh wait, no, go ahead.
Sorry, the going back to Pokemon Snap, that I'm kind of torn between Pokemon Snap. It looks really cool, but for $60, ooh, I don't know. And on top of that, you have Arceus and Diamond and Pearl.
Pick one. You gotta pick one. Where you gonna drop your money on? You can't do all three.
With you know where my money's going. That would be Arceus.
Yeah, well, because it looks
Hands
amazing.
Down. Yeah. Holy schmolies!
But
leave a comment. What of the 4 games are you gonna go for?
Leave a comment. Leave a like if you like us and like this sort of content. Anyways,
give us a thumbs down if you don't like us.
Yeah, we appreciate the criticism. But that's funny that Pokemon is getting so much recognition for its 25th anniversary. Where is the Zelda news? I like Pokemon and I appreciate Pokemon and what it has done for gaming and whatever. But Zelda, where is my 25th anniversary? So far, all we've got is Skyward Sword. Where is anything else? I mean, Nintendo was so hot to throw, Mario's 30th anniversary. They were like, here, everything, take all the games. But where's the Zelda announcements? I mean, we had that direct, and it was all for stuff that was going to be coming out in the first half of the year. And we're like, okay, perhaps they're going to have a direct for Zelda specifically, just like how they had for Pokemon just now. Where is the Zelda stuff?
I'm calling it now. Be on the lookout for April 1st. I'm calling it now. Because and this is just my own opinion. No, but I haven't read anything, so whatever. But they're ending all the Mario stuff on March 31st. They're ending Fire Emblem and Mario on March 31st. And so what I'm predicting is that April 1st, and it's going to be a thing because that's April Fool's Day. You're going to get something unbelievable on April 1st. And you're going to be like, is this a joke? No way.
Breath of the Wild 2 coming out. And then they take it away from us. Never mind, April Fool's, just kidding. But here's some other games for you.
Yeah. Actually, what I'm, again, just predicting, it's just me. What we're going to get is, probably A Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and Twilight Princess or Wind Waker. Like a combination of those 4. You know what? Take out A Link to the Past. It'll be Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess bundled.
Put in
I'm calling it now.
I would actually like to see A Link Between Worlds come out too, because that one was a really good game for a lot of Zelda.
Yeah.
Was that on the 3DS or on the DS or something? I think it was on the DS, and people just loved that game, but I didn't have one, so I couldn't play it. So I would like to see that come out and put on the Switch.
I want to see the Legend of Lank. What is
Lank?
that? Train tracks.
Lank?
Train tracks. I want to, or something like that. I guess I don't know.
Lonk. But in more Nintendo news, the last Nintendo news that we've got for you is Super Nintendo World is opening March 18th in Japan, while Orlando's version of Super Nintendo World has been delayed until 2025. Boo. Everybody's crying. At least we're getting one. That's one thing I can say. I'm grateful that we're getting one, so I don't have to travel back to Japan, which was such a long flight.
We're actually getting 2.
Yeah, in California as well, right?
Yeah, but no California. We don't do the California.
We don't do the California.
There's actually one more bit of Nintendo related news. Tomorrow, today is March 9th. Tomorrow is March 10th.
Mario Day!
It is Mario Day.
Yay!
And so there are super big sales on Mario games. the one that I want to point out is actually Super Mario Odyssey is available from Amazon for $38.88.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, these are originally $60 games, AAA games. If you've not played Super Mario Odyssey, what are you even doing here, man?
What are you waiting for?
Go play it.
Go hit those deals. You can use our code. That's no, I'm kidding. We don't have a code.
Yeah,
no, I'm just joking. We're not sponsored by anybody.
Okay. Yeah,
Anyways, with that, KT, hit us with that dessert of the week.
All right, so today you're getting a double header of dessert. I guess by the time that this comes out, this will be released. It'll be close to Pi Day, 3/14. Happy Pi Day. So I have a mini pecan pie from the Twisted Whisk, located here in Gainesville. I actually don't really like pecan pies, to be honest. However, I
thought it's pronounced pecan.
Oh yeah, that's not pecan.
Oh my gosh. So I was at there's a local grocery store, Green's Grocery, down the street from where I live, and I was buying lunch, and I saw this little pie, and the lady said, I don't really like pecan pies either, but this made me a believer. According to her, this made her a believer.
All right, let's see if it can make you a believer. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried.
It is small. It came in its own little tin. It's a little gooey too. Okay.
Leave a comment down below. However you pronounce pecan. Leave a comment. How do you pronounce it?
How come nobody ever says pecan?
Pecan, because
this is a good pie.
Just wrong. Are you a believer? She's a believer.
This is a very good pie. It has little bits of pecans in it. Pecan, whatever. These nuts.
Pecan.
It's got little bits of these nuts, and so they're easy to eat. And so,
nice.
Yeah, it's really good. Well done. That's the Twisted Whisk in Gainesville.
Good job, Twisted Whisk. All right, what's the second one for us? Because that was tiny. That was like 2 bites, I think I saw you take.
Yeah, and I didn't finish the whole thing. I'm not gonna finish the whole thing. Nope. All right, the last thing that I have here today is from Long Street Cafe, also located in Gainesville. They actually have a few locations. But this is an apple crisp that is giant. Right off the bat, the apples are huge. They're taking up this tiny little cup. It looks like the crispy bits are at the bottom of the cup, so I have to dig a little.
It's like a parfait.
Yeah, let's take a big bite of this. It's good. It's not overly sweet, which I appreciate.
That's good. Most American desserts are sugar-fied.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed that the crispy bits aren't really crispy. But this has in their defense, soggy bits. In their defense, this has been sitting since this afternoon. I bought it at around 12. So it's been soaked in apple juices. But yeah, it's really good. I really like it. This would be awesome if it were heated up and served with some ice cream. Like, dope. So, Long Street Cafe, located in Gainesville.
Wow.
The
great.
Twisted Whisk again. Eat local.
All right, Brian, you got that stream of the week.
Yes, ma'am. Not only do I have one stream of the week, I have 2 for you. 2 streams of the week. These are some of the best movies of the year. What's really cool about it, too, is that they're both African-American centered films, which is, especially in this year when there weren't a lot of movies that come out, especially the big blockbusters. I think that it's good to focus on the films that did come out. A lot of them that did come out were African-American focused, and boy, oh boy, are they absolutely amazing. Amazing films. The first one, one thing to add too, these films are the last work of Chadwick Boseman. These are the last projects that he got to participate in, and in each one, he gives amazing performances. Chadwick Boseman, his loss this year is gonna last for a long time. He will get nominated for an Oscar for at least for one of these performances. The first one, the probably one that he'll get nominated for, he'll join Heath Ledger getting posthumously nominated. I think he's got a chance to win. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It's it's a drama musical set in jazz era Chicago, 1926. So it's right up there with speakeasy jazz and African American jazz. Um, Viola Davis, who you might remember from The Help and Fences, she stars as this wonderful bluesy hardcore jazz singer, Ma Rainey, who, if you follow jazz and anything, just that whole musical genre, she is, she's the root. She's one of the roots of it. And Chadwick Boseman plays this, you know, very energetic, passionate, young trumpet player who is just looking for his big time. The movie was written by August Wilson, who is probably my favorite playwright of all time. He did Fences, and if you saw that movie with Denzel Washington, Viola Davis, it's a great film on its own. But Ma Rainey's Black Bottom it's a very theatrical film. Looks like it's a movie that you could see on a theatrical stage, but it's a wonderful, wonderful film with beautiful performances by Boseman and Viola Davis. If you love jazz music or that African American culture, you have to see this film. And then the other one is from it's The Five Bloods, from Spike Lee, who has made some very impressive films in his time. He did Black Klansman that came out a year or two ago. But I think this is the best Spike Lee movie I've seen, The Five Bloods. Pretty much it's a story about 4 African-American Vietnam veterans who go back to Vietnam to have an adventure. I won't spoil it. The movie is incredible. It is amazing. I can't wait to watch it again. It's got a ton of action. Amazing performances once again by Chadwick Boseman. He's got a supporting performance in this movie. Check it out. But I think the real story is Delroy Lindo, who's been a character actor for about 30 odd years. If you've seen any movie in the past 30 years, you've seen Delroy Lindo. He's an amazing actor. He's finally going to get his due with The Five Bloods. He gives a incredible, solid. It's almost like a Humphrey Bogart esque performance. It's great. So 2, both are streaming on Netflix. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom and The Five Bloods. Go check them out. They're films that are you should pay money to see these films. They're that good.
Nice. I have not seen any of those, nor have I haven't heard of them by name, but I definitely have seen the one trailer for the one with Viola Davis and Chadwick Boseman.
That does look really, really good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Chadwick Boseman, again, I'm so blown away by his talent. It's such a shame that talent is just gone so early, so young of age. Yeah. He's going to be missed, dude. Blown away by him.
Definitely. Well, wasn't he Black Panther, right?
He was Black Panther.
What? He was Black Panther.
I have not seen all of the Avengers movies, nor have I seen Black Panther. I just wanted to be sure.
Oh my gosh. Not only that, Chadwick Boseman was Jackie Robinson. He was Get Up Off of That Thing guy. What's that, James Brown, too.
Was that movie
he was
52
James Brown.
Or something like that?
42.
What the heck? Oh my gosh.
I knew it ended in a 2. 42.
Is it a 52?
Harrison Ford was in that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say something really mean. I'm like, why don't you go cry somewhere?
Harrison Ford was in that movie, and he looked so old. Oh my goodness.
Hey, get off of him.
Wow, he just...
Hey, that's my
he's-
dad, man.
No, he's mine too. He's definitely aged, though. And that movie is almost, 10 years old or something like that now?
42, yeah, it's like 2012, maybe 2013.
Yeah, something like that. It is... 10 years have
Dang.
almost already passed, and I'm like, dang, he looked old then. How does he look now? But anyways...
Go see, Call of the Wild and find out. I'm advocating for that film. That is a shame
I
that
still gotta see
not
that
enough,
one.
not a lot of people saw that movie just because of stuff, but go see that one.
You know what is a TV show that a lot of people have seen?
What is it? Tell me.
WandaVision!
My kids love that show.
The
I have
show
no
is-
idea
is-
why.
I still have yet to see that show only because the
Hey, man, you didn't do
Disney
your
Plus-
homework, man.
The Disney
Yeah,
no,
what
I
the
have
heck?
a reason. I have a reason because Disney Plus, our subscription that we were using from someone else, it's expired.
Oh,
Oh,
thievery!
the truth comes
No, it was
out.
not. He shared, and it was the deal that you
Yeah,
get
I don't like-
from what's a doodle?
Hulu? Is it a Hulu deal?
No, it was the deal from. It wasn't like T-Mobile. It was one of those phone companies. I can't.
Oh,
remember.
was it
You
just
sign
like a
up-
couple
Oh,
months or
sure,
something?
yeah.
Yeah. You sign up for them. You sign up with them, or if you already have a deal, then you get a year of Disney Plus for free.
Were you able to watch all of Mandalorian then, or did you catch all
Heck
that?
yeah, boy! I got my Cara Dune
Yeah, okay, we
Funko
don't want to hear
right
your
here, Funko
politics
Pop.
here, kid.
Funko
Oh,
Pop
okay.
right here.
I actually
It is
left
sitting
Mom
on my-
downstairs to watch Mandalorian season 1 while I'm up here recording. So if you haven't seen Mandalorian,
Mommy's actually
go check
watching
that one
Star
out.
Wars. She's
Yeah.
This show's garbage.
No, she seemed to like it. Baby Yoda was drinking some bone broth and eating some frogs.
Heck yeah.
But anyways,
Heck yeah.
we're here talking today about WandaVision. If you have not seen WandaVision, do not watch the rest of this episode. There's going to be some mega spoilers that we're going to be talking about.
I'm gonna have it spoiled. No.
So, sorry, Kate. That's your fault. We told you to do your homework.
Some of us work two.
It's been
to
on for
three
2 months,
jobs.
man.
Yeah.
There
So,
was 9-10 episodes.
Two
so
to three jobs, man.
oh my gosh. So this episode is not for you at this point if you have not seen the season finale of WandaVision. So just click off and come back after you've watched it to hear our opinions on it. All right, spoilers.
We'll try to be as vague as possible. I'd not give much away, but you know, Ileana, what did you think of the finale?
It was a bit I don't know. Okay,
Yeah, that's exactly that exactly. Yes,
I'm an
yeah.
odd person when it comes to Marvel because I've seen some of the movies very spread out. I have not seen like Age of Ultron. I haven't seen Civil War. I didn't see Endgame, but I saw like Spider-Man Far From Home. I saw that, so I know like how everything happens after, the blip or whatever.
The blip? Is
Yeah.
that what you're calling it?
Isn't
The
that what it's
blip?
called?
No.
That's what it's called.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
called the
what it's
blip.
called.
The blip?
Yeah.
I've never once heard it called the blip.
That's what Spider-Man calls it in Far From Home. They call it the blip.
Okay.
That's
okay.
what
There.
everybody calls
There.
it, the blip.
How dare you try to attack me when I feel like I actually know something? For once.
You watched WandaVision, Katie.
Yeah, I actually watched the TV
Pulsa.
show.
Fine.
So-
Yeah, it's called the
fine.
blip, kid. In your
But I
Fine.
also did watch Infinity War, so I do know what happened to Vision. So I found it odd that, he's back. If you've seen Infinity War, Thanos, let me take that off your forehead for you. So it was interesting to see where the show was going to progress, knowing that Vision is, dead in the MCU universe, and like, okay, how is he back? Where does this all fit in? Why is this a sitcom? Why are we going through the decades type of thing? I thought the show was good overall. I enjoyed every episode that I watched. I feel like I would have enjoyed it more, perhaps, if I was an actual Marvel fan. What do you think, Brian?
For me, overall the show was great. I think the leads, uh, Olsen and Bettany, they did a great job. They have wonderful chemistry together. They were excellent. Um, I guess overall the show, it just wasn't as cohesive or as it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
I think from the output, it's supposed to be this like season long mystery, and then at the end, it's just it's then you kind of go after you watch the end of like, well, why did they do that? Why was it just revealed this way? I think in the end, if the show would have been better if it wasn't done as a mystery, if it was just all exposed as it is, if it wasn't, you know, jumping back and forth from the story, the
Mm-hmm.
exposition, you know, if you knew what happened to Wanda, Elizabeth Olsen, right in the beginning, what she does when she walks in to Sword and she sees the corpse, and if you started there and then did everything, I think that might have been a better way to tell the story instead of having it be this mystery and going through the sitcoms and everything. So I mean, you start in the beginning of the show with these sitcoms, which are lovely, which are
Mm-hmm.
really fun and interesting, but then at the end they don't mean a thing. They don't matter whatsoever at all. Um,
Do you think like the story got a
that's
little
probably the
bit
biggest spoiler.
convoluted?
I think they were trying they experimented.
Yeah.
They were experimenting with the narrative and everything, and the experiment didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But the show is still a lot of fun. It's really great. There's a lot of characters that you possibly didn't even need. I like Jimmy Woo. I like
Yeah.
Kat Dennings. I love those characters, but you could cut them out. Uh, what's the lady's name? Rambo. She's supposed to be. If you've
Monica.
never seen Captain Marvel, Monica Rambo. She's part of the Captain Marvel era. I've never seen Captain Marvel, so I
Me
have no
neither.
idea
So I
who
think
she
that
is.
also affected my
And
watch
and
through.
then obviously, and then she's gonna have some whole big section, way down in the future with Captain Marvel 2. I don't know. Um, I'm not I'm not spoiling as much it is. That's you can kind of gain that just from watching like trailers and everything. But the show is great. It's in a way it's again kind of my whole critique with Marvel is that Marvel, a show or a movie, it's not just standalone. It's all just
Yeah.
another piece of the puzzle for the whole storyline. You know.
So
So
even
so Wanda's gonna lead into Doctor Strange and his next movie.
yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of magic and hoodoo voodoo, all that cool stuff.
So
But
even
yeah,
with that
go
though,
ahead.
I was really confused where Agatha's character played. Like I know it was like, "Oh, Agatha's behind it all." I didn't understand what was she behind. I feel like that was like it went right over my head.
Good point. Now that I think about that, like, well, yeah. What did she? What was she
What was
really?
she behind? Like,
What was
okay,
what was her end game? And that's part of the problem I had with the finale is that it ends up being like this big battle
mhm.
that's not very interesting.
No.
They're just chucking lasers and magic at each other, and it's just like, oh, it's just
I felt like
silly.
I saw that
So yeah,
exact same thing in Kung Fu Panda 3 when Poe is fighting Kai and he was like, "Oh no, the power, it's too much." Like Poe's like, "You can have all of it." So,
yeah, so yeah, you're absolutely right. At the end, what and Catherine Hahn, the actress who played, she's amazing, wonderful. She is such an amazing comedic actress, and
yeah.
for her to have this role, she blew it out of the water.
Yeah, she was great.
But yeah, I have no idea. Even now, I'm like, what does she even want? I don't get it. She just wanted
Her
power,
motives,
more
I don't
power.
know her motives or what she had about like exposing um oh, what's her face? Wanda. What was her whole motive behind that. I don't know. I don't know. It was just a very interesting story. Like, I liked what I watched, but I think more of the plot behind it was lost to me, mostly because I didn't know all of the characters and where they sat in the MC universe. And then these new characters, I'm like, okay, what is their, their end goal? What is their plan here? I'm kind of lost. So, I just don't know.
So I think, yeah, if you are a hardcore Marvel fan, you'll love WandaVision. Again, it's really good acting. You'll even love the sitcom-y bits. I love it. I think that was so charming the way
Mhm.
they did that in the show. It was so fun. Um, I don't think they'll do it again. Anything like this again.
No,
It's
even
just, you
even
know.
when we were talking about the show when it first was airing, those little weird tidbits that popped in the first episodes that you're like, okay, this is not just a regular sitcom. There are these weird moments with the characters that break the fourth wall or something.
Or even the commercial ad.
Yeah, the
They
commercials.
had these commercials like I still to this point I'm sure there's a hardcore fan out there that's like, oh, this means this. This is a Easter egg to that. And
Yeah.
I have no clue.
I
I
need to
have
go to
no
like
idea.
some Reddit blog or something to understand what I watched.
Yeah.
But was there any like shocking
So
plot
yeah,
twists for you?
no. I just I the mystery wasn't that deep as it should have been. At the end, you watch the show and you realize it's about Wanda kind of just having to, you know, get through her whole emotional journey
Yeah,
about everything
coping.
that happened. Age of, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, Endgame, kind of an epilogue to at least this part of her chapter of her story, and then she's in for more. Now, you know, just you know, so I mean, there was like the whole thing with like what's the flashy guy, Petro, her brother. I forget
Yeah.
his superhero name. Um, that ended up being like nothing.
I
You know,
I was
it
also super
was
confused about that cuz I thought that guy looked like Quicksilver and what.
yeah, he's Quicksilver, but he's the Quicksilver in Days of Future Past X-Men movie. He's not the Quicksilver in Age of Ultron.
So then that's where I'm even more
So
confused.
that's
Like what
so that was kind of the whole bit. Everybody was like, "That's not her real brother. That's the guy from a different franchise." That's
May I
maybe are they supposed to lead in
interject?
X-Men? You
Yeah,
May
know?
I
no,
interject?
please help us out cuz I'm very confused.
Oh no, I can't help you out. I'm just saying I was gonna say, as not ever seeing the show, but I've seen the X-Men films with that Quicksilver, and I've seen, of course, the Avengers with the other Quicksilver. And that I saw a commercial with the Quicksilver in WandaVision, and I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, super weird. I was like, I've seen the X-Men movies and I know that's Quicksilver, but then they showed some other character in like the flashback to Infinity War or something, and that wasn't her brother. So I'm like, okay, then what is even happening here? I'm like so
It's
lost.
a bait and switch, it is, and I don't like that because it
It's well,
just didn't do anything.
it's always bothered me since Days of Future Past, and since the Avengers have had this Quicksilver, that they're both different. It's always bothered me. I've never. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. But at the same time, it's like, if you guys want to have a unified universe, then pick one, or
Yeah.
cast out both of them and have a central one that's going to be
It's
your
like
Quicksilver.
it's like trying to switch out all the Batman movies but putting like the other one in a Justice League or something, and then just I don't know, switching that. Somehow DC manages to make that work. They're like, we're putting a new era of Batman. We've had several different ones, Ben Affleck and Christian Bale, and now Robert Pattinson, and they make that work, and they're all canon or whatever. But then
Same with Superman, Dean Cain,
yeah,
um, And then
Henry Cavill.
And then the guy before that was in Batman or Superman Returns. I forgot his name.
Yeah. So
how come Brandon Routh? Yeah.
Yeah.
So how come they can make it work and it like works fine, but then this one was just like so out of place and very confusing?
Because they're not usually simultaneously done at the same time.
They were two different studios. It was 20th Century Fox that had the X-Men rights.
Yeah.
And then Disney had the Marvel rights. So now Disney owns Fox, and so they
whoopsie,
they just,
we got two.
They were like,
it's the Spider-Mans like pointing at each other.
Pointing at each other. We got too many now. How are we gonna fix this thing?
But I know from where we last spoke, we talked about the I Love Lucy, the Bewitched, the Brady Bunch. I did enjoy the final few episodes that had it. Where they were doing the mockumentary style, The Office, and
it was kind of even
Family.
like Modern Family was what I was thinking.
Oh, and then they did freaking Malcolm in the Middle.
Yep. With talking to the camera and walking.
Good. It was.
That's silly.
They did it, and they were sharp. They were on it. They were on tact with all. So it was cool to see that style of even like 90s sitcom or family TV show done. Yeah. Get that spin. It was cool. It was neat. I liked it.
I definitely liked it. That aspect of the show, is what attracted me to it. It was more when it got into the MC universe, I was like, okay, I'm lost and I'm bored. Which is sad.
Yeah, well, so eventually, in a few weeks, holy crap, Falcon and the new Captain America show.
Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Never saw
That's
that
going to be the
either.
new That's going to be the new one. That'll be the next one. I think it's going to be more straight up. It's not going to be a mystery. It's going to be a straight up, like Mandalorian-esque TV show.
Okay.
Marvel style.
That's good.
Winter Soldier is not really a comedic character anyway.
Is that Bucky?
You know yes, and I say that, but at the same time, I wouldn't think that Wanda and Vision would be comedic either. So, what do I know? Who knows?
It worked with like the beginning episodes, and then they just kind of trashed it with throwing in the MC universe, and it's like, no, they're actually superheroes who died.
They'll be like a buddy cop thing. They'll have that going for them, but they're not going to be like. I Love Lucy, Falcon's not going to be like, Winter Soldier, where are you?
And then laugh track.
No. I kind of picture it as being a buddy cop kind of thing, but Winter Soldier's the bad cop, and Falcon is the good cop, kind of the lighthearted one. I would like to see
they'll bust each other's, chops and,
yeah.
I mean, if you've seen the Marvel movies, a lot of people, their very top movie of the whole MCU is everybody says Winter Soldier is the best.
I don't know about that. I really like it. I really like Winter Soldier.
Leave a comment down below. Do you like Winter Soldier or do you not? What's your favorite Marvel movie? We'd love to know.
I say that I really, really love Captain Marvel, but I understand that that's not everybody's cup of tea. But
Iron Man 1, the first Iron Man. Great movie.
I liked Iron Man.
That is a great movie.
Yeah. I just don't know. It's a toughie.
I think that's another subject for another time.
Too.
So,
those are good.
Guardians of the Galaxy was phenomenal too.
Oh, those are my favorite.
You know what was my least favorite? Any of the Thor films. You know what? Actually, I take that back. Also,
Ragnarok I heard was really good though.
I fell asleep.
Oh man, everybody's clicking off now. They all hate Katie.
Ragnarok is so dang good, man. It's pretty much Guardians 3. That's why,
yeah. And that maybe Jeff Goldblum, like, It's Jeff Goldblum. Like, I get it. He's Jeff Goldblum. I get it. It's supposed to be him, and I get it. But it's like he's not acting like anybody else. He's acting like Jeff Goldblum, and it's like, okay, I don't care. I just don't care. Ugh.
And with that, I think we'll definitely put in the schedule for some more Marvel movie talk.
Yeah,
where we
absolutely.
can dissect
Absolutely.
these suckers. But you know, I think that's a good time to stop.
I
What do
think
you guys
that's
think?
good with WandaVision. What do you guys think about the show? Did you enjoy the series season finale? What do you think will happen like coming forward with the show? What like more would you like to see with the whole MC universe going forward with that thing? Leave a comment down below. And also, next week's episode, Katie and Brian are going head to head
Yeah.
with an episode
You don't want to miss this rage fest that's about to happen.
if you've ever seen Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, what is it? Something Crystal Skull.
Oh, the Kingdom
stupid
of the
skull.
Crystal
The
Skull.
kingdom of the stupid, no one cares skull.
As you can tell, you can
The
see what
kingdom of
their
your
opinions
stupid
are.
face.
They are going head
I
to
know
head.
it's stupid. You don't have to.
They're going head
remind
to
me.
head in a battle of is the movie good or is the movie bad? Obviously, you can see their
It's
opinions.
bad.
They are going to be giving
It's
their
wonderful.
And I hope you
Horrible.
were
It's
there for next
delightful.
week's episode.
How
they
are
are
we
riled
from the
up.
same womb? No.
Don't bring mom into this.
No, I'm bringing mom into this and her womb.
I'm her favorite child. She'll
Oh,
pick me
man.
every single
She tells
time.
me I'm her favorite child.
She told me that last night.
Coco
Oh,
is
yeah.
her favorite
All right.
child.
Coco is her favorite child. Anyways, we hope to see you in next week's episode of Bump That. Leave a like, maybe subscribe, hit that notification bell, and thank you so much for listening.
Bump that.
Prepare.
Bump that.
Bye-bye!
Now with more R&B.